For the first time in years, I stopped working completely. No lessons, no planning, no messages, just a quiet week with nothing scheduled. I didn't plan a trip, I didn't organize anything special. I just realized I couldn't keep going like this anymore. I'm a language tutor and I teach English, French, Italian, and Spanish. And this is the first real week off I've taken in years. Not a few lessons cancelled, not a long weekend, a real break where I'm not working at all. And honestly, I didn't realize how much I needed it until I really stopped. But the thing is that I love teaching, I love languages, I love my students. So this is not a video about hating my job. It's more about what happens when you actually love your job, but slowly get exhausted anyway. The strange thing about burnout is that it doesn't happen suddenly. There is no moment when everything breaks. It happens slowly. You just get a little more tired every week and a little less energetic, a little less motivated. And at first you don't really notice it because you're still working. Everything looks normal from the outside, but inside you start feeling more and more exhausted. My normal life is very structured around my work and giving classes. I teach almost every day. I prepare classes, I answer some messages, and I check my students' homework. I move lessons around when schedules change, and there's always something else to do. Even when I'm not working, I'm always thinking about work or preparing some new lessons or new teaching materials. And on top of that, I also run this YouTube channel. Filming and editing videos also needs a lot of energy and time, sometimes even much more than it looks from the outside. It always feels like there is something else I should be doing. I think one of the hardest parts for me is the responsibility. When you teach, people depend on you. Students are waiting for their lessons. They trust you with their learning and you want to do a good job. You want to be present, you want to be focused, and that takes energy. Real energy. Some days I just felt tired before the lessons even started. Recently, I started feeling tired all the time. Even on my days off, I didn't really feel rested. And at some point, I realized something strange. I couldn't remember the last time I had a real vacation. Not a few days off, not cancelled lessons, just a real break where I don't work at all, where I don't check messages, where I don't prepare classes, where I'm just offline. You would think that taking a week off is really simple, but for me it wasn't. When you work for yourself, there is no official vacation, no paid leave. No one tells you to rest. If you stop working as a freelancer, everything stops, and that creates a strange kind of pressure. I kept thinking about my students, about my schedule, about income. What if people stop taking lessons with me? What if it's a mistake? I think I even felt guilty before the vacation started. But at some point I realized that continuing like this didn't make sense anymore. Because if I never stop, eventually I won't have the energy to teach at all. And that would be much worse than taking a short break. So I finally decided to take 1 week off. Just 1 week. And honestly, even that felt like a big step. So this week I'm not doing anything special. I'm mostly staying at home, going for walks, drinking coffee, sitting in the park, doing normal quiet things. Nothing impressive, nothing productive, just slowing down. It feels strangely unfamiliar not to rush anywhere. One thing I didn't expect is how difficult it is to rest, actually, because I think I'm still thinking about work. I'm still planning some lessons for a few hours every day, or thinking about texting my students today or maybe tomorrow because the week is almost over and I need them to confirm that we are going to keep studying. It's like, my brain doesn't actually believe that it's allowed to stop. Even when there's nothing urgent, there's still this feeling that I should be doing something useful. And that's why I'm filming this video, actually, because I wanted to be a tiny bit productive. Doing nothing feels almost uncomfortable. I think burnout is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just constant tiredness and the feeling that you never fully recover your energy. And maybe breaks are not a luxury. Maybe there's something we actually need if we want to keep doing what we love long term. I don't know if 1 week will be enough. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I know that I needed to stop. And maybe from now on I'll try to take breaks before I get completely exhausted, instead of waiting until I can't continue anymore. If you guys work freelance, I'm curious, do you take real breaks, or do you also feel like you should always be working? Let me know in the comments, and thanks a lot for watching this video. Actually, my channel is about my life in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, so if you're interested in slow life content, consider subscribing, give this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.